Gaz with your news briefing. A newlywed couple from England and a Sydney mum are among the 4 people killed in a mid-air collision between 2 helicopters on the Gold Coast. 2 other passengers, including a 10-year-old, are still in critical condition in hospital, with tributes now pouring in for the pilot who also died in the crash. It's understood the rotor blade of a chopper taking off smashed into another coming into land near SeaWorld. ATSB Chief Commissioner Angus Mitchell says one of the helicopters recovered and was able to land.
Considering the damage that was done to the front left-hand section of that helicopter where the pilot was sitting, that's been a remarkable achievement. So whilst it has been very tragic that 4 people have lost their lives and many families are mourning this morning, we could have had a far worse situation.
A Tassie prison escapee has been shot dead. Just before midnight, the man managed to flee and a search got underway. His body was found just over an hour later in the suburb of Granton. Another man was located inside the property with head injuries and was taken to hospital. Detective Inspector Troy Morrisby says he's being interviewed.
We certainly don't believe at this point in time that there is a greater ongoing risk to the broader public.
The health ministers defended the decision to introduce mandatory COVID testing for all travellers arriving into Australia from China. Chief Medical Officer Paul Kelly advised against the move. And a luxury fitness club's copping criticism online for banning any new members on New Year's Day. It described the day as a fantasy, saying life doesn't start on a new calendar year.
How does your super size up? Visit mlc.com.au/supersizer to take a super check and to find out important information about MLC.
Novak Djokovic has been warming up ahead of his opening singles clash at the Adelaide International. Big crowds have turned out to catch the Serbian tennis star later today. Daniil Medvedev is currently in action against Italian Lorenzo Sonego. And Big Bash action continues in Melbourne tonight. The Renegades face the Stars at the MCG. Meanwhile, we're waiting to learn who makes Australia's starting 11 ahead of the 3rd and final test against South Africa at the SCG. Let's hope forecast rain in Sydney tomorrow doesn't spoil the party.
Buying or selling, rural or residential properties? Miller, Wan and John. This is SAFM weather.
Cloudy conditions this afternoon on the Limestone coast, dropping down to 10 degrees overnight. Cloudy again tomorrow with a top temp of 19. And for more news, the briefing is still on deck over summer. A deep dive on the news that matters each morning on the Listener app.